Berlin right now is possibly the best place in the world to study the ancient world. There are hundreds of people working on antiquity, not only Greek and Roman antiquity, from all different perspectives, archaeological, historical, and it's really a thrilling moment in time to be here.
What distinguishes Berlin as a research hub is the world-class research in the midst of an exciting, vibrant city. The research conditions here are really wonderful. There's excellence in both basic science and translational research, combined with excellent infrastructure and a real enthusiasm to push the boundaries of science. It's also a very international city that is very attractive for bringing in world-class scientists and researchers from around the world.
Berlin is a wonderful place to do applied mathematics. You have here a long history of science and engineering problems intertwined with mathematics, and you have some wonderful institutions. It's a rare opportunity and in some sense the envy of the world.
100 years ago, you could argue that Berlin was unsurpassed as the center for the very best science. You had the best mathematicians, the best physicists, the best chemists here. That tradition was lost. I think to regain that tradition is going to require significant investment. But there is such a wonderful history here that I think it is possible to regain this. And part of this will come through creating a vibrant environment that encourages visitors like me to come here, that creates again a culture that brings out the very, very best in the young scientists who will be the leaders of the future here.
Science in Berlin is characterized by a large number of world-leading research institutions. Of course, the universities, but also Max Planck institutes and institutes of the Leibniz Society. This allows me to consult local experts for collaborations. But Berlin, of course, is also an exciting city, and it helps me to attract talented young people to come here to Berlin and to work with me.
The idea of bringing researchers from around the world to Berlin and having them engage with one another, and with the Berlin base, which is itself so rich, is an enormous contribution both to the visitor and to the research base here in Berlin.
It's really inspiring to see Berlin devote so much energy and funding to research and education. And in turn, Princeton has started an initiative to offer funding for collaboration specifically between Berlin and Princeton.
I think the Einstein Foundation plays a role in connecting people from different institutions in Berlin, but also connecting Berlin to different centers around the world. And both of those are important because social science research doesn't advance in isolation. It advances in conversation, in debate, and in sharing knowledge.
Now that I've seen what this kind of foundation investment can do, I can see how much it's absent and missed in a city like New York, which has tremendous intellectual resources, as Berlin does, but lacks anything comparable to an Einstein Foundation that could bring them together. That makes me see that something important is really happening here and that this foundation is making a real difference.